What's up, gang? I'm still in my parents' house, as you can probably tell from the grey wallpaper. This setup has taken me a while to work out and it's still not great. I got my laptop perched on the end of a side table here because I'm going to do another reacting to my old diet videos. As you know, because I mentioned it before, I would consider my diet back then to have been quite restrictive, quite problematic, not the best, not the most balanced. I'm at a much better place now. I have no diet labels, I have no restrictions, I just live happy and healthy. I currently have my matcha here. So yeah, last time I reacted to one of these, I actually ended up picking probably one of the most normal videos that I could have reacted to. Like, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't too incriminating, but I can promise you I definitely do have videos that are pretty horrendous in terms of what I used to eat. Today went for a treat because I've found some. So yeah, let's analyse it and see where I went wrong and maybe where I can improve, because that might be beneficial. So you're learning and you're having a good time and you're having a giggle. This video is also sponsored by BitePal, which is an AI nutrition and food app, which is so clever. But stay tuned, keep watching, connect, play. My hair's a bit poofy because I've just come out of the shower. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. This is going to be a full week of eating, but just a few tiny little disclaimers before we get going. I'm not saying you should eat this way, this is just how I'm eating, but also completely different, so we have different energy requirements anyway. This is just for a little bit of foodie inspiration if you're feeling stuck in a rut and you don't know what to have. And as always, if you ever want to make anything from the video, the recipes are on my Instagram. So you can follow me over there and tag me in your stories if you ever make something. Oh my god, Erin Appetit. I'm just erinrutherford time. And I just want to say, don't feel like you have to do a massive diet or lifestyle overhaul just because it's the new year. If it feels good to you, just do it. If you enjoy... This disclaimer is making me feel like the title might be a little bit clickbaity, which is fine, which is fair enough. You've got to do what you got to do to survive in this economy. What you eat, how you live, you know, just carry on living your life exactly how you were. And one more thing, if you could do me a favour and just like the video and subscribe, it would make me very happy. Anyway, 2021, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Here we go. Sweet potato for breakfast. We're gonna make sweet potato pancakes. I've definitely made them before on here. Plain and simple, it's sweet potato and an egg. That's it, which honestly I think is quite, in theory, like, it's pretty balanced and it has a lot of nutrients and fibre and stuff like that. But the mindset around having potato for breakfast was mainly because I was too scared to have like more traditional forms of carbohydrate like bread, or more convenience, like cereal. So there's still a little bit of restriction mindset wise, nutrition wise, pretty decent. And it looks like I top it with mushrooms, which more micronutrients, but maybe not necessarily macronutrients, maybe not enough perhaps protein, because only one egg just doesn't really pack a punch. In the morning it's pretty important to get a good amount of protein. Yummy, yummy. Nice to see a nice dry age whilst having vinegar. Absolutely one of my faves. Yeah, you see just the one egg. Pretty harmless, and they look tasty. And then I distinctly remember them being tasty, especially when you add cumin and spices. I'm gonna have a little coffee. I use can of coffee. I haven't had this in a while. It's the same mug. Cereal bars. Again, because I was avoiding packaged convenience, all my snacks would be from scratch. I admire it, but this is a very lockdown mentality because I had the time to do it. I'm pretty sure they were made of like applesauce, puffed cereal, unsweetened, of course, Erin, because I was in that crazy ass mindset where I thought any added sugar would kill me. It won't. The stress of like concerning yourself over that is going to hurt you more than the actual sugar. In moderation, of course. I'm not saying like shove it down your neck. So it's nice and blistered with a clove of garlic. Right. So now I just take off the skin. This is a good recipe. I still use it, but I just add a few more things. The roasted garlic. It's nice and sweet. Much more mild as well. Yummy. And then to make it creamy, I add about 1/3 of a block of silken tofu. And then I normally add tomato paste. That is a really good source of protein because it's got your fatty elements, it's got your protein, and obviously I add it to pasta, which is carbohydrate. This is really yummy. It's also a really good excuse to pack more shit in there. Like, I can throw a tablespoon of hemp seeds. Olive oil would be really great. Make it more, make all the nutrients more bioavailable because it's got even more fat in it, and I love fat. It's great for glowy skin, thick luscious hair. Fat's my favourite, especially for women. Very important. A cassava flour gluten-free bread that's actually designed for people with IBS and bowel diseases who struggle to digest food at all. And here's me making it because I was scared of all other bread ingredients. I don't know, there was no need for me to be making egg cassava flour bread. And I had it, look, that is a side plate, my friends. The issue for me here are many. The quantity, it's very small. This would have been probably like the biggest meal I had that day. Tiny slices, beetroot hummus with no fat. Alright, I didn't make that with any oil, with any tahini. It was literally beetroot, yogurt, garlic, and some other things that made it taste a little bit hummusy. And then mushrooms. So while I can appreciate the colour and the attempt at health here, the quantity is just not enough. Like, the nutrients are going to be wasted because I'm not even eating enough of them to like qualify as getting that serving of nutrients. That's like 3 mushrooms, a quarter of a beetroot, this crazy ass bread recipe. Yeah, it's disappointing, and I know I just wouldn't have got fulfillment or like any joy from this meal, and I just would have been eating it for the aesthetic and because I thought it's what was right for my health. Weird one. This is a weird one for me. It makes me feel a bit uneasy, this one. And you might be thinking, Erin, you're looking too deeply into it. It's literally just bread and hummus. But it really is about my mindset at this time, and I don't like how I put this out online. This is not a normal meal. Maybe a snack, but it's not a meal. It offers nothing, really. And again, I'm not saying every meal has to be perfect, but like the fact I'm putting this online as an example of how to eat is a bit concerning. For me. Is this still drinkable? If you're ever concerned about your meals, but you're too lazy to like enter all the information in online, there's an app that can do it for you, and that is BitePal. BitePal is a non-toxic AI food tracking app that gives you wellness and nutrition tips and goals to help you achieve whatever you want in your life, whether it's have a more balanced diet, to eat more greens, to not stress over food, to not binge eat. My mind was blown when I saw what you could do with this app. You can scan any photo of a meal that you're having and it'll give you a full comprehensive breakdown of everything in that meal. Is it high in fibre? Is it going to keep you full? It's all so helpful. Micronutrient breakdown, macronutrient breakdown. He's given me a nutrition score, 82 good, rich in fibre, protein rich, complex pumpkin, carbs, peas, carrots, crackers, potatoes. He literally recognised every single thing. But you can just take a picture, be reassured, without being overly preoccupied with it and tracking every single thing, because that can be so mentally draining. Not to mention, guys, you raise a virtual pet in this app, which is sort of the most creative and fun part for me. It'll use its AI technology to recognise basically anything. You'll get instant feedback on your meals, and as I've been trying to do here, as in give suggestions as to what I could add to my meals, this will do that for you as well, how you can optimise your meals. How to improve, I could use whole grain crackers, reduce sodium. And if you're interested in checking out BitePal, all the information will be in the description box. Click the link, download the app, enjoy. Here I am, back at it, making some seed crackers because I didn't want to buy anything processed from the supermarkets. I'm going to have some of the crackers that I made earlier. They are delicious. Okay, so I've got these really low carb crackers made out of flaxseed and tiger nut flour, something like that. Because in my mind I was like, oh my god, I've got chickpeas in this meal, that's a carbohydrate, that is a carbohydrate in itself. So I was at my limit, I was at my threshold for how many carbs I could have in a meal. I would love to see this on a sandwich, dare I say, or just like with some leftover rice that was in the fridge, or with like a pre-packet of grains. There's gonna be so much nutrition and loveliness that you get from that. Soup! Since soup season began, I've probably made this one the most out of any. So it's the pea and basil soup. It's the easiest thing in the world. Basically just yummy. Onions, spices, stock. I hope I'm thinking it with potatoes rather than what I think it with. Dried stock, peas, potatoes to thicken, and then basil. Okay. Yeah, that is it, I think. Garlic. I thought I might have used cauliflower, which would have been an extremely low carb dinner, like dangerously low carb. Obviously, the bulk of the meal is carbs, right, because it's vegetables, but just not a substantial amount. Carb theory and carb phobic mentality, just having like peas and really low cal vegetables, which is why that would concern me if I didn't use potatoes, but I'm glad to see I used the reason I'm being really hypercritical is because I know the mindset I was in, and it's me, so I'm allowed to be. Yummy! I love moringa. Really high in iron, lots of minerals as well. Some hemp butter. It's green, so like waffle kind of day, like a chocolate waffle. I don't know. You see, I'm like describing it as chocolate waffle, indulgence, breakfast. Let's have some fun. But I can guarantee when I click that space bar, it's going to be made of oat flour, organic cacao, maybe a touch of honey, if we are lucky. Probably not though. Again, just overly clean. Not great. I'm feeling chocolate. Flour. Okay. Chocolate. Cacao. And anything to bind it, like an egg or an egg replacer. Yeah, I remember those eggs. Nutrition wise, they don't really have much value, but it's a vegan option. But I probably would suggest using something, maybe like a chia egg or something, over this syrup, only a little bit.
Only a little bit, guys. Hello guys, I thought we could do some bonus Erin content, and that being my Instagram content. Broccoli waffles. It's not satiating, it's not filling. This would leave me feeling hungry 15 minutes later. Everything macro-wise, like it's low carb. Despite it being a carbohydrate meal, it's really low carb, which is dangerous because carbs are essential for like muscle repair and energy and just everything, and like glycogen. Very, very little protein and almost no fat, which is the worst part for me. So that gets big fat X. It's good as a side dish or as a little accoutrement, an aperitif, but not as a meal, which is what I was suggesting here. But again, it's quite simply not enough, and it couldn't be considered a meal. I would love to see maybe some chickpeas on the side, maybe some fish, chicken, even a meat alternative would be great. Something even crazier that I've just uncovered is my Google Drive, okay? I've gone into the depths of 2019. This is horrendous. This is the driest stir fry in the world. Those mushrooms don't even look cooked. But once again, you can see this meal is just completely lacking in basically everything. There is a little bit of black rice there, which I love. I love black rice. I clearly didn't want to use oil, or I don't know what. That just hasn't been cooked. That has not been stir fried. And the audacity of me to put some chopsticks next to this meal is just absurd. Oh no, this is a sad one. This is a sweet potato cake. And I regret to announce this was what I made for my birthday. I put some walnuts on top, some goji berries, but I'm pretty sure that it was just like sweet potato, eggs, and then flour. And the sweetness of the sweet potato was enough for me, apparently. But that was my cake. That was my cake. That feels like the depths of hell. I'm so glad I'm out of that. I would say there is a place for this, but I don't know where. Don't know where. If you are gonna try and defend this behaviour, go somewhere else. Oh, but it's really nutritious. It's a good option. What if you're allergic to sugar? Then you do you, you know? But I know for me, this wasn't coming from a place of well-being. This is where the true juice is, guys. Like, some of these meals are something else. And the thing is, my whole camera roll was food. It was a hyperfixation, and it was not healthy. What's this? Guys, what is this? Oh, they're black edamame noodles and veggies, and then a tiny, tiny bit of dressing. I don't know what good this will do for anyone. And then, again, what's with me not wanting to cook down mushrooms? Oh, you have to laugh because that is atrocious. Thank you guys for watching. I have loads of photos in my Google Drive that I could go. So I just graduated from uni and I moved back home and I was a little bit confused, a little bit unsure of what I was doing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you lots. Thank you to BitePal for sponsoring the video. Peace and love. I hope to see you soon. I hope you're keeping well, and bye bye.